Hi, welcome to Naname's classroom. Remember, knowledge is power. So tell yourself you are going to acquire power. I'm also going to acquire power. Today we'll be diving into English as a language. But today too, we are continuing with the language structure and conventions. Yesterday we started with a sentence where I explained to you that a sentence is a group of words which expresses a complete thought. So when we put groups of words together and gives what? A complete thought, meaning gives you an understanding, we call it what? A sentence. I also further explained to you that a sentence always begins with what? A capital letter. And must always end with what? A full stop. If it doesn't end with a full stop, it must end with a question mark. If not a question mark, an exclamation mark, depending on the type of question or the type of sentence it is. Where we look at the types of sentence that we have. The first one I said we call it a statement. So a statement sentence gives you what? An information. The second one I explained to you is called the question. So a question is a form of a sentence that asks for what? For an information. Then the other one I will look at, which is the third one, is what? An exclamation, where it expresses what? Your emotion. A sentence expressing your what? Emotion. Whether you are happy, whether you are sad, whether you are afraid, whether you are confused, whether it's a shock to you. It explains that. Then I came to the last one. I said it was a command. So a command gives what? Orders. So these are the four types of what? Sentences that we have. Another thing that I made you also understand is that you must always know that a sentence must contain what? A subject. Meaning there should be something you are talking about. If it's a dress, you talk about the dress. If it's a book, the sentence must be talking about what? A book. So the book become what? This, what do you call it? The subject. Then I did mention that it must also contains what? A finite verb. A final verb is a verb that stands on its own. You don't need a auxiliary verb or other verb attached to it. It's able to stand on its what? On its own. That is what we call what? A finite what? Verb. So that was what we were looking at what? Yesterday. So today too we are going to continue with sentence. And we are going to look at the classification of what? Sentences. How do we then classify sentences? So let's dive into our lesson today exclusively. How do we classify sentences? When something is classified, we say something is grouped. When you classify, you group. So another word for classify means what? Group. Grouping. Whether you are grouping according to small, big, or large, it depends. So sentences are also grouped. That is what we call what? The classification. We have one we call the simple sentence. So it's grouped into three forms. A sentence is grouped into three. The first one is called the simple sentence. It says simple sentence. The second one, we call it the compound sentence. And the last one, we call it the complex. So sentence, I say, can be classified or grouped into three forms. The first one is called the simple sentence, very simple. The second one we say is the compound sentence. And the last one is called what? The complex what? Sentence. So let's dive into this what? Group or classification of what? Sentence. So what is a simple sentence? So a simple sentence is that type of a sentence that when you look at it or you read it out or how do I even put it? When you say it out, you read it out, that sentence, it is going to have what? One finite verb and deals with only one idea. The idea, if it's a bank, it's only talking about the bank. It doesn't bring other things in. It just focuses on the bank. If it's talking about food, this sentence focuses main idea on what? On food. If it's talking about travel, its main idea is being what? Is traveling and nothing more else. No other side issue. So that becomes what? A simple what? Sentence. It has only one finite verb that stands on its own, one only. Example will be, Anne read books. Nana read books. That is what? A simple sentence. It has only one finite verb. You know, a verb is a doing word or an action word. So that verb in what I've said, Nana read books. So read becomes what? Nana reads book. Reads become what? A final verb. It says what? I'm just reading only a book. A simple sentence. Very simple, brief, and well understood. Then we go to the second one we call the compound sentence. Let me even put the number. Nana reads a book. Here you are. Nana, you know it's a noun, a doing word or an action. What do you call it? A noun is a name of a person, a place or a thing. Sorry. So this is Nana. I, Nana, a compound. Then reads. This is a verb, a doing word or what? An action. What is Nana doing? I am reading a book. We can see that. Reads can stand what? He reads. It can stand on its own. That verb can stand on its own. Finite verb. Thank you. Then the second one is called a compound sentence. You know, a compound, when we say compound, this has two or more finite verbs in it. It may be made up of what? Two or more simple sentences joined by a coordinating what? Conjunction. So this one, unlike this other one, which is what? Having only one finite verb. This one can have many. It can be different sentences joining what? Together. That becomes a compound. So when we say a compound, what do you call it? Sentence. I repeat again. It has two or more final verbs. Not only that, it may be made up of two or more simple sentences which has been joined what? Together. And it even have what? A conjunction. Example, Nana plays soccer at school and works on her computer at home. Nana, me and now, I play what? Soccer at what? At school. Then what else do? I work where? On my computer, also at what? At home. You can see two simple sentences joining together, forming what? A compound. So there's a connecting. Conjunction will be connecting, which is what? And. Then the last but one is called the complex what? Sentences. The name says it all. It's complex. Anything which is complex, meaning it's more and more and more and more things being put together. So what is a complex sentence? It said this contains one main clause or thought and one or more subordinate clauses which provide additional information. They are joined by subordinating conjunctions. This is quite complex. Example I could give you is Nana received her results. Nana received her results. It didn't end there. While she was washing her clothes in the bathroom. With a broken hand. Look how long this is. Nana received her result while she was washing her clothes in the bathroom with a broken hand. My hands are broken here. Number 1 here. I received and I was what? Washing. Simple, compound, complex sentences. So don't forget, sentences are classified into 3. The first one is called a simple sentence, second one a compound sentence, and the last one is what? A complex what? Sentences. I believe you'll be able to identify them when next you see them. Thank you. Bye.